Nobody knew our name. We didn't get a trophy or a plaque. Some of you, this is your first school, you didn't get nothing. But this is where you cast the vision. This is when you make your mark. And guys, in this season, I call this season, this is your just do it season. This is your just do it season. For those of you, this is your first time in a meeting. Guys, you need to make waves. This is not a company where you come in and go with the flow. And I'm gonna be honest with you. I know you want to come in and just do what everybody else does, but guess what? Everybody else isn't winning. You can't do what everybody's doing. You gotta do what the people on the stage are doing. The person next to you, don't copy them. They're sleeping, they're texting, they're not taking notes, they're not focused. Don't do what they do. Make a disruption. Guys, if you go after it in the season, guys, what it looks like is you doing whatever your coach tells you to do and a little bit more. When I was a football coach, I would get out of practice at 5 o'clock. My coach said, if you want to win in this business, you got to book appointments. Guys, we set appointments, 3 or 4 appointments every day after football practice. Sometimes I showed up to appointments in my football gear. Now, my coach said set 3 to 4 appointments. He didn't say go on 3 or 4 appointments. We just had the wherewithal to say, if he wanted us to book the appointment, he wanted us to show up to 4 of them. So what happens if 2 reschedules? You got to put 2 more on the schedule today. Guys, you just got to do whatever your coach tells you to do and a little bit more. I'm going to make one more point, and I'm going to introduce my incredible wife. Guys, Art Williams has a book called Just Do It. And in the book, so many people come up to him and say, Art, I'm going to be big. And he goes, great, just do it. Hey, Art, I'm going to be special. Whoop-de-doo, just do it. Hey, Art, I'm about to run an appointment. Well, great, just do it. I want you to understand, while you sit in the back of the room and nobody knows you, I know you feel like you're going to be great. I know you feel like you're going to be special. That one day you're going to stand on this stage, you're going to be a senior national sales director. But all that talking you do to your coach, guess how many times they've heard it before? You know what they're thinking when they look at you? Great, just do it. And if you do it, you're going to be special. You're going to set yourself apart. You're going to be the best in the room. And one day you're going to be a 6-figure earner just because you did it and other people talked about doing it.
Come on. Let's go to the next slide. You guys, look, let's talk about this next phase, which we're going to call All You Can Do is All You Can Do. Guys, January 2020, exactly 1 year after being in business, we've made around $35,000 in income. The most production we'd ever done with our entire team was $28,000 in production. And our focus, if I got to give you any tips on what it was for those first 12 months for us, you guys, it was recruiting and training. It was recruiting big. When we talk about doing all you can do, that's a person that's not thinking with a minimalistic mindset. That's somebody who's thinking, how much more can I do? Coach, what else do you need me to do? How early can I show up? How late can I stay? Coach, you told me to go get 3, I'm gonna get 5 instead. Coach, you told me to do 3 or 5 appointments, I'm gonna do more than that. You told me to hit this goal for the month, I wanna do more than that. The person that always asks, how much more can I do, will get the best results in this business. The all you can do mindset is something that we adapted as we ran on our RVP run, because we had to say, if anybody was gonna do it, it was gonna be me. We weren't counting and thinking, okay, what's our upline doing? What's our downline doing? If they're not showing up, is that a reason for me not to show up? If they're having a bad day, is that a reason for me to have a bad day? This season was all about, what am I personally doing? That's you looking in the mirror and determining whether or not you're actually doing the work that it takes to get to the next level. This is the season where you really find out what you're made of. In those 12 months to RVP, it wasn't all pretty. Everything wasn't all great. We had the dark houses that Rob was praying for. We had people cancel appointments. We had teammates quit on us. We had all kind of things go wrong, but in those 12 months, we found out what we were made of. And when you got to go through a little bit, you come out different on the other side. And you say, hey, if I made it through that, I can go through the next thing and it'll be 10 times easier. I learned my lessons. I'll never make that mistake again, right? So those 12 months got us to January, you guys, January 2020. Brand new regional vice presidents. Main focus, recruiting and training. How many people can I get on my team? Because I want to have an explosive business. I want to have a business that's not just in one state, all across the United States. I want to have a business that is very diverse. I want to have a business of people that are hungry and looking for something more. So let me get out there and recruit the masses. I'm looking for the person who's looking for me. And when I get them, it's my obligation, along with my upline, to make sure that they get trained. Because we're not just going to recruit them to get them in the business, you guys. We're recruiting to train and develop and produce new leaders. But that's the 12 months. I'm going to go ahead and pass it back to Don for the next stage in business.
Guys, let's go to the next slide. We're talking about senior vice president here. And this is the pushing up people season. Guys, we went senior vice president September 2021. We were making $300,000 in income at that time. Our largest production month was $159,000 in premium in 1 month. What does all that mean to the new person? Guys, this is when you understand the 4 stages of leadership. I need everybody to repeat after me because I'm going to teach you the 4 stages of leadership. It's very simple. You got to help people get through this that I'm going to show you. I'm gonna walk you through it. If you can remember this, you can understand what your job is as a leader. You got to get people through this stage. Repeat after me. I do. You watch. That's the first stage. One more time. I do. You watch. The second stage. I do. You help. That's the second stage. Third stage. You do. I help. Guys, that's the third stage of leadership. Y'all ready for number 4? You do. I cheer. All of your people have to get through those 4 stages. As a senior vice president, that's your only job. You're going to meet somebody. I do, you watch. I do, you watch. Shut up. Don't say nothing. Don't do nothing. I do, you help. Now you help me close. Then you're going to do, and I'm going to help. If you have people in your business where they're doing everything, and they expect you to just kind of, when they first start, they want to do everything, and you do nothing, that's not leadership. Because what are they copying? When you get to this point, guys, you want to get them to the point where they do, and you help. And then as senior vice president, I'm telling you, I love this part. You do, I cheer. All I want to do is be your biggest cheerleader. You done done it. I'm ready to run down the aisles. I dare one of my people to go get a recruit. I jump on your back so fast. Great job. Congratulations. You're awesome, guys. And we're going to get on to the next point.
Go on to the next slide for me. Go on to the next slide. If you saw on that last slide, guys, it says at that point we were at $300,000 in income. So when we got to senior vice president, it was the duplication of producing leaders, and we got to 300,000. At national sales director, you guys, by this time, this was May 2023, last year, $400,000 in income. 4 years, 4 months into the business, 7 regional vice presidents, and the focus at this point, not that we weren't focused on leadership before, but leadership and retention. It's you understanding that this is your coach season, right? This is when you step in and you say, okay, my job is really to get these people that have believed in me enough to join me in business, that have now gotten 6-figure contracts for me to be able to coach them to the next level, for them to get their power builder rings, for them to get their 50K watches. And when you think about being a coach, you guys, you really got to start asking yourself some very important questions. One thing before you ask the questions is that you are leading people by casting a vision and taking action. The coach always casts the vision. The coach always takes action. And when you ask yourself the important questions, you guys, the first one is going to be, why do people want to follow me? And some of you, that might hurt your feelings when you ask yourself that question, because you're like, man, I don't know why people will want to follow me. But when you start deep diving into that, you'll start understanding whether or not you really can build a business, whether or not you really can impact the people around you. What is it that you give people that is beneficial to them? What type of environment have you created for them? Do they want to stick and stay with you on your journey? Like I said a minute ago, our journey hasn't always been beautiful. It has not. But I'm so thankful that we have a team that stood right by our sides the entire time. When things didn't look great, things didn't seem great. Showing up to the office was a little hard sometimes, but our team was still there. And we wanted to make sure that as coaches, we built an environment that was inclusive for everybody and that gave them the hope and the desire to still make it to the next level. And we got some troopers with us. We got some people that's been through the fire, right? And we got many more years of going through, guys, and growing and becoming a great hierarchy. But it starts with embracing being a coach. It starts with embracing leadership and what that means. It starts with you understanding that as a leader, your people look at everything that you do, the good, the bad, the ugly. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to do more than what you were doing, whether it was good, bad, or ugly. And you got to understand the impact that you're having on them. And as an impact player in leadership, you want to have a positive impact on every single one of your people. When they come to you, they should feel empowered. They should feel excited. They should feel motivated. They should feel like they can run through a wall, and not just run through the wall, but that you're going to help them with every tool that they need in order to succeed, guys. So this was our coaching season that I would say we focused on leadership and we focused on retention. And we got one more for you guys before we get ready to wrap up.
Guys, the last season is Senior National Sales Director. That's the promotion that we just got. And what I will tell people when it comes to SNSD is that you can go from failure to success, but you can never go from excuses to success. You can go from failure to success, but you can never go from excuses to success. We've got 12 regional vice presidents. I don't mind any of them failing. I get worried. I can't sleep at night when they make an excuse. When I hear them make an excuse, when I see them text an excuse to somebody of why they didn't win, why this didn't work, who disrupted their business, what made them have a bad attitude, you can never go from excuse to success. So never make an excuse. Even if you have a valid excuse, don't make it. Because you can't make the leap out of it. You can fail, you can get better, you can try again, you can mess up, you can make mistakes, but if you take ownership, you can get to success. Me and Brianna had one of the toughest times in business, guys, a year ago. Our income got to $5,000 a month when we were making $40,000 a month. We could have done anything to make excuses. We could have blamed anybody. But you can't make that leap out of it if you blame somebody. You take the ownership on you. It was my fault. I should have woke up earlier. I should have checked the books. I should have been more committed. I should have been more dedicated. And because we took that approach, guys, 3 months ago, we were paid $68,000 in 1 month. 2 months ago, we were paid $64,000 in 1 month. Last month, we made $61,000. This month, we made $55,000. Just on projection, when the month starts next month, we're going to be at $54,000 in income. When the month starts, you deserve to succeed. So don't make the excuse.
Everybody in this room, guys, you deserve to succeed. When we came here 5 years ago, we were sitting in the back of the room. We didn't know what we were getting into, but when we left out of this room, we left out of here excited. Don said that you can't win by making excuses. So when we leave out of here this weekend, we got a whole nother day tomorrow. But when we leave out of here this weekend, we got to be excited about what's in store for 2024 and us building the momentum that we need to be dominant and take over. Because 2024 is going to leave you with a lot of successful things, guys, a lot of great memories. But it's going to take you showing up. It's going to take you booking the appointments. It's going to take you taking rejection. It's going to take you understanding and remembering your why and making the decision to go get it even when times get hard. And when we do that, guys, this room is going to be full of $50,000 earners, $100,000 earners, regional vice presidents, senior vice presidents, national sales directors, senior national sales directors, and we will continue to be one of the most dominant hierarchies in Primerica. We'll see you at the top. The bottom is way too crowded.